Oh, well, hello.
Shut up. Oh, fuck. I'm on push to talk again. Damn it. The stream
Boomer.
said stream said for me to shut up, for you to shut up, but you heard nothing. Just just nothing. You stupid beautiful bastard.
Ooh, I
Ooh.
like it
Ooh.
when you talk to me that way.
Oh my god. Can I pay you a large sum of money so I can keep talking to you this way?
I mean, I guess,
Hey,
but I'm gonna be angry about it.
He loves me though. He loves me though.
But I know he does. But I'm
Dude,
gonna ruin
Brad,
his career with
I
life.
will Apple pay you $500 if you send me a picture of Starburst candy all over your body. Please, Brad. I'm rich.
Can I just say that I really love that it wasn't just like, he sent me money. It had to be Apple Pay. There's that little Apple flex in there, and it bothers me.
God, we will definitely get into the weird things this fucking book does, because god
So
damn
specific.
this fucking book. Hello everybody in chat. I'm tired. Me and Brad did errands today and hung out, and the thing that happens where I'm like full of energy, and then once you leave your friend's sight, your body's just like, you're tired, idiot. And I'm just like, also, oh, thank you, Brad, for grifting.
Guy grift subs.
Thank
from
you for
this
gifting
channel.
a sub to Creep Factors.
Yes, that which is a perfect name
Perfect name for you.
today's theme.
For you fucking creep boy. Oh, Brad. Oh, Bradley. I've already made a whole pot of chai tea in that new
Ooh.
teapot and drank it out of my new teacup. And then I
Is it
cleaned.
nice?
The chai tea was very good, and the teacup is very good, and the teapot I got is very good. I'm drinking the wine that we got together out of said teacup.
What do you think of it?
I haven't drank it yet, but
I'm having a sip right now of the delightful
tell
Sauvignon Blanc
tell
that
me
I
tell me
purchased.
tell me tell me what you got again, because I wasn't looking.
So, I just poured a massive glass. I didn't bring the bottle in here with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Sauvignon Blanc. I think it's just called like French Boy.
French boy.
Which is kind of cool. So I purchased a French lad.
Don't you just love when you can purchase human beings?
Oh, hey, there we are. God, look at us.
Look at us.
Sterling, ready for the evening.
Stroke.
I'm even wearing my nightgown, as in the photo.
Yes, that I'm getting a robe for
You
Christmas.
should. Oh, hey, Creep Factors. Yeah, I've been playing Outer Worlds. I've taken a bit of a break from it, just as things have come up. But I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I hope you are too. Just wanted to let you know that.
One day I will play that game more. I played it some, and I was just like, okay, bye. I'm done.
It's cool. It's fun. It's a fun little game.
It's like Fallout, but not buggy.
Yeah. Right, yeah. I haven't found
So
bugs.
you're drinking the French Boy, and I'm drinking Pacific Rim. Sweet Riesling from the Great Pacific Northwest, Washington State, Columbia Valley. And I just realized, after pouring, also that teacup I got took half a bottle of wine in it. So we know that now.
Oh, man. Wait a minute. Have I... Who else? I don't even know who I've gifted.
No, so when
subs
you
to anymore.
gift the sub, it sometimes they'll give like emotes to like random people. But yeah, so after pouring this, oh no, I've nope, there we go. I just need to turn myself down. I peaked a little bit. There we go. Please, there we go. But after pouring myself this glass, there's a fucking dragon in this bottle. So the back label, the front of it in the bottle has a dragon on it,
Oh, that's pretty rad.
which is pretty good. But let's see.
I just got a French boy.
I've just got a French boy. Let's see what like what is the this wine can handle spicy and flavorful foods. Spicy, heart sweet.
Is it chewy?
I don't know. What?
Remember when we saw the wine was described as like chewy?
Yes. Also, cake. I don't know what. No! I happened again. I spilled some wine. No!
Cool. You.
I spilled wine. Fuck me.
Jordan, this
And
is
I
why.
fucking
This
muted
is
my.
why you have the baby glass in the picture.
Oh my god. God damn it. Ah! I hate everything. I can't believe this has happened twice now.
Yeah, I guess 5 emotes is considered spamming.
I have to,
By the way, those are beautiful. The way you've arranged them.
I should definitely fix that. Oh my god. I can't believe I've spilt wine again. But this time it wasn't a lie. I didn't spill the whole bottle. I just spilled like a little bit, but it tried to get on my keyboard, so I had to quickly save it.
You fool.
But I have a mechanical keyboard,
you make
so
a mess every time.
I'm a messy little boy. I can't wait. I'm just God. I'm so fucking I'm screaming. I'm crying in the club again.
Pogging.
I'm
peeking.
I'm pooping.
No.
Oh.
No. Not here. Not now. This is not the book for that topic, but I'm sure eventually we will get to a book that is featured.
Oh my god, Jade's gonna get me a wine sippy cup for Christmas. What a sweet lady. What a sweet lad. What a sweet old lesbian she is. Very old. Just so old.
Everybody's gotta have a sweet old lesbian friend. This is what we keep Sam around for.
Sam is ancient. Sam's gonna die at any moment.
God, I hope so.
I haven't seen her in months, so I assume next time I see her, her hair is just gonna be.
She's actually here right now.
Good. I love when people are here to hear my bullying. I don't do bullying behind the back. I want you to hear me be violently mean to you. But I'm just expecting her to look like Rose from at the end of Titanic, you know? Her
the
just
old one or the dead one?
Both. I'm hoping the next time I see her is open casket funeral.
Jesus Christ. Sam, we love you. I love you forever. You're one of my dearest friends, but I also hate you.
I also hate your fucking guts.
Jordan, are you clean now? Can we do this now?
I'm almost there. I'm a dirty little boy.
Oh, God.
I'm a thirsty little flower.
I will pay you $20,000 to send me a picture of your wet pants.
Oh, fuck! But yes,
I'll Apple pay you 20 grand.
Oh, Apple! Make sure you Apple Pay me. Google Pay now, dude.
We
Cash App me. Cash App. Also, did you try your wine?
It's delicious. I'm a simple little lady, and I just like
my God.
sweet white.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
This wine's really good.
Good. I'm glad you've had a string of unenjoyable wines.
I literally only drank shitty red wines, and I think I don't like red wines, and I just kept buying red wines.
Yeah, I can't stand red wine. It just tastes like vinegar.
I just wanted
I have no taste.
I just wanted Sam to be proud of me.
Oh, it'll never happen. Thank you, Jade. Red wine ain't good. It's definitive. You heard it here first, folks. Red wine sucks.
This is like spicy apple juice.
Stephanie, don't.
This is like apple juice with attitude.
This isn't your grandfather's apple juice.
This is your grandfather's apple juice. Well,
Well,
yeah.
you know what, Steph? Good.
I would give this.
Say it.
I would give this wine 5 out of 5.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, with my poor man's taste buds, yeah. This is
This
awesome.
bottle of wine cost me $8, so pog.
Yeah, that was pretty rad. World Market, great place.
So Pacific
We're
Rim.
holding out for a sponsorship, by the way.
So here we go. Pacific Rim and French Boy. Good white wines.
Go out and buy them.
I'm glad I didn't buy Juggernaut with the hot lion on it.
We were tempted to, though.
All right, let me switch to fireplace sounds. We got to get the crackling fire in the background to get that ambiance.
I just realized that because I have to have Twitch muted, because I remember that now. I'm becoming less of a boomer. I don't get to hear the delightful fireplace sounds.
Hey, man, did you know that The Real Cozy Boy has a YouTube where he uploads the past episodes of General Reviews so you could watch them at your leisure? Wow!
What a deal!
What a deal, you know? And soon we'll be uploading old streams clipped into bite-sized pieces for your enjoyment. So yeah, woo! We're streaming, boys.
I want to make a couple hoodies or something.
I want to kiss you on the mouth. I mean, what?
Can we just do that?
God. Pog.
Step ladder, no.
Step ladder, no. But Brad, let's get into the meat of this. So I was sending out like I'm in some Discords where I like post where I'm streaming.
God damn it.
So
Work calls are already coming.
no, just hang up.
I know.
You're busy.
I know.
But I have decided that Gentleman Review, a deep dive into erotic novels, I think should be our tagline.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I wrote that today, and I was like, I realized I wrote the word dive a lot in describing things. I'm just like, oh, yes, we'll dive into this book. Oh, we dive into this. I'm just like, damn, what are we, Olympic swimmers? We always dive in.
Yes.
It's just a good word to describe things, you know? Like describing Stroke of Midnight. This fucking book you made me read, Brad. A Cinderella
novel. It is a Cinderella novel.
Which it took me halfway through the book to realize why it's called a Cinderella novel. Which I saw. Once I clicked, I was like,
It's gross.
I hate this. I hate this so much. Let me pull up my notes because I actually took some notes this time. So
I know. I'm so proud of you.
I once again did not do my reading in small chunks throughout the week. I read this all in one sitting.
We can't do anything with proper time management. We binge and purge here.
I have to start reading the book we're reading next week because it's so many words. I can't read it all. I would die. I think I would go catatonic and just like, oh, I'm dead. But yeah, this fucking book, Brad. I hate that you found this book. I hate that I like this book.
Dude,
I hate that I'm ready. I hate that I'm ready to read the sequel to this book that comes out next month. I hate everything because to the core, I fucking hate this book. Like, I hate everything that happens in this book. But goddamn, this book read so easy. It felt like I was reading the script to a TV show.
It's
like a movie.
It's a soap opera.
Yeah, like my grandma would watch this while doing the laundry, you know?
100%.
Oh my god, thank you. Have Hamtaro eating some noodles, Stephanie. I appreciate it. But
so bad. I just sent a plumber to the wrong address. And I sent him to the right one. I'm so sorry. Hold on, I have to respond to this.
You fool.
I'm over here running a plumbing company into the ground.
I mean, are you? I mean, I hear you have a broke brain.
This is very true. My brain sucks.
But the way this book opens. So this book is, there's two main characters. There's Winston Constance. Is it Constantine or Constance?
It's Constantine.
Oh, it's Constantine. It's Constantine. I don't know why I said Constant. So Winston Constantine and Ash Elliott. So this book switches between both of their perspective. So the opening of this book starts out from Winston's perspective. And I didn't look up anything about this book. So I started reading it yesterday. And my first thoughts is, what the fuck is this opening? I feel like I'm reading the start of a comic book. Because this dude is just like rambling on and on about how like, I run a tight ship. I'm the one who owns this city. Everything I look out in New York City, the Constantines own. And I'm just like, hey, fuck this guy. I already hate him.
This guy's the Constantine family makes the Rockefellers look like poor people.
Yes, yes.
I think they say something like that in the book. They make Bruce Wayne look like a beggar. Like that's what it was. Their money is infinite. There's just infinite. They have anything they want.
So I took a lot of notes at the beginning as I'm reading it because every fucking paragraph in this book made my brain stop and have to like think about what was going on and like what was being said. So I realized halfway through taking notes in like the first 2 pages, I had to stop and like really only take notes. But we're going to quickly go through the notes I took at the beginning. He's like, a movie was filmed here. And I was like, wow, a movie was filmed here, Brad. Wow. Wow. He's so cool, man. A movie. And then he describes this building is our proverbial balls. Huge, powerful, intimidating. I wish to die already. And I'm only on page 2. Oh boy, that feeling persisted through the whole book.
What do they do again? Like, I don't even remember. Like, okay,
no,
like
that's
it's something vague.
I think they real estate, I guess, because they own everything, but they never explain like, because half the time you don't know what a business does, right? They're just,
Yeah.
somehow they're like rich, but you don't, like, as a poor peasant, I don't understand. It's like it's like the joke when you're too rich is like, oh, I didn't understand that joke. Was that for the peasants? But like, god damn it, this fucking like. The wanting to die stayed through this whole book. And then he just starts describing his 4 assistants. And my favorite one out of the 4, god damn it, I closed the pictures. But my favorite 4 is big tits, 3 kids.
Okay, so yeah, the opening scene of this book is one of the main characters, Winston Constantine, walking to his office in this, bougie high rise in like the middle of New York or something. And as he's walking through, we're getting a rundown of some of the basic characters around the office who don't really.
My favorite thing is only one of them fucking matters. Deborah's the only assistant that is ever brought up ever again. The other 3, dead. They died.
So he's just like narrating this in like a coked up day trader style of arrogance. He's just like, yeah, oh, that's Deborah. 3 kids, big tits, tight little ass. And like, that's just how he refers to like all of his assistants.
You know what I just realized also? That after finishing this book, he literally says, I would fuck Deborah, but I don't fuck my employees.
Yeah, this is a man who probably says things like, I don't shit where I eat.
But then throughout this book, he hires the main character and then, spoiler alert, and then fucks her. Like, the last chapter is all sex, but, like, yeah, like, he says this like he's a big honcho, but then literally does the opposite of what he says.
Hey, man. He does whatever he wants.
He is a Constantine. Their money is endless.
Constantine.
Oh, let me read the last thing of this. And then he gives Deborah a head tip, and I was like, damn, what a man. I'm already wet.
Oh yeah, okay. So his whole like character type is just, ultra rich, mega alpha, dickhead predator. And I guess this is like a trope. This is like a thing in books that
I'm assuming this is what I was telling Brad today. I'm assuming that this was like what 50 Shades of Grey was. Just like rich man, poor girl, sex.
Yep. And it's reminded me of some men I've worked for. I know there's a lot of this book is insane, but like the kinds of people in it are very real.
Oh.
And I think that's why it sold so well, and I think that's why it's so highly rated and the author is so successful like doing what she does. It's insane.
But god, it's the worst. So he goes into his office and like he's like getting ready to work, and then he hears like crinkling, and like he finds a fucking Starburst wrapper on his foot, I guess. Also, it had like I think the main character like ate it and then like spit it out because it still had like the goo on it. So I'm like,
it was a gooey little candy wrapper
so
on his immaculate fucking floor.
I just realized something. This guy's the main character, Ash, is a serial killer because what I think she unwrapped the Starburst and then like bit it and then left more in there or something. Because there's no way you could leave goo left in a Starburst because like you unwrap a Starburst, you put the whole thing in your mouth. I've never watched a human bite a Starburst, but if they did, I would just slap it out of their hands and be like, no, you can't. You're not allowed anymore. It's like people who bite into Kit Kat bars. You're not a person anymore.
You mean like my wife, the bus?
She's a bus. That's fine. She's a bus. She's not a human. That's fine.
What more could you expect?
What more could you expect from a werebus, okay?
So this guy's office, Winston's life and everything is like Patrick Bateman, American Psycho, immaculately clean and organized. His office is like minimally adorned, it's very like Spartan and just fucking everything. Every atom is just where it needs.
Desk and that's it.
And so if anything is out of order, like if you were to, I don't know, like step on a gooey candy wrapper on his carpet, This man shits the bed. He fucking loses.
He's like, everything has to be clean and organized, and that's, if it's not, the ship's gonna sink, baby.
And he's about to like fire the entire cleaning staff, over this sort of transgression. This is like an unforgivable sin to him.
So he then calls Deborah in, right? And he already just whips off his shoe and gives it to Deborah, like, yes, clean this, slut. And I'm just like, I'm dying. Don't treat women like this. God damn. But, like, he's like, find out who did this. I'm going to fire them all. But I'm going to look through the camera and see who did this. So he looks through the camera, finds out it's a girl, and he's like, I'm going to ream this girl so hard, her whole life's going to get destroyed.
I'm going to ruin this girl's life because of this.
And I've ruined people's lives over less, he says.
Oh, God. He has his... It's almost like hearing Donald Trump talk. Like, the guy is just... like, I will rain shit and fire down you for this. You'll never work in this town or this state or this country again. I know people.
I know. I literally know all the people because I own them. Because it's me, Winston Content. So content.
Winston Gundon.
Bob Boy Milk Cup 2.
Best movie ever.
Best movie ever. Another man who treats women with respect.
Right. A decent hard work.
Oh my god. So he has a plan. He's gonna ream this girl, destroy her whole life. So then that's the end of chapter 1, and we get to Ash's perspective. And she's like, she is this poor girl. She just graduated from high school, and her dad and mom made pretty good money, and they had this huge college fund. But then her mom dies, and her dad marries this woman who's a plastic surgeon, and he starts like taking her college fund and buying this woman lavish gifts she doesn't need because this woman is rich. She's like one of the top plastic surgeons in New York City. So he's just buying this shit for her to like appease her, but he's using all his daughter's college fund. It had $500,000 in it for her college, for like start to finish, for everything.
Expensive ass degree.
I mean, she was going to like Columbia, so of course it was. But she then checks her bank account, and she has $7,000 left in it. So the dude spends her father spends all this money on this woman, and this woman gets her a job cleaning this place. Like, sorry your dad spent all my money on me, and I'm also rich, but I'll pay for your college, but also, here's a job, be a maid, bye. And I'm just like, fuck this bitch.
But hey, this is for a prestigious cleaning company.
For FGM.
Only the bougiest.
Fuck, FGM, fuck, go, maids!
God damn it. Outstanding. Good work there, Doug.
Dude, gold star for that joke.
Joke of the day.
But like, so she's sad, you know? She's like, I don't want to clean these rich people's office. Fuck these rich people.
And they're already fucking clean.
Yeah, she's like,
She just roams around at night, pushing her little maid cart, just being like, well, this is fucking boring. I'm like 18, so like everything is boring. And so I'm going to hang out in these offices and just fucking kick back and eat candy because I don't play by the rules. And then, maybe run my finger along the desk, and if there's no dust, I'll just leave.
Yeah,
that's what
I'll empty the trash can. So she's like, she does that, and she gets to Winston's office. She's like, big, long code, brain don't work, can't push button, mistake. And I'm just like, okay. And then she gets in there, and Winston, she like goes to like touch the painting, and Winston's like, that's not how you clean. And she proverbially shits her pants like any normal person would do if you entered a place and there was supposed to be nobody in there, and then you hear a gruff voice being like, that's not right. You're like, I'm gonna die. Oh no.
A rough 36-year-old voice.
Whoa,
he's 18-year-old girl.
He's 37. No, he's turning 37 soon because his birthday's important.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about it. So he's 36, turning 37. I'm sorry, I'm just like mentally preparing myself because like This is where the book starts. Yeah,
guys,
no,
it's wild.
it gets awful. It's really bad. Like, this book sucks, but I want to read the sequel because it fucking left me on a cliffhanger so bad. Like,
guys, the sequel comes out like January 26th or something, and me and Jordan know for a fact we're gonna buy it the Tuesday that it comes out and do the episode on it Saturday. We're in too deep now.
no, it's Jade. It's so bad. So now that Winston has seen this girl in person, he's like, he's fucking Squidward me and like, oh no, she's hot. So he's like, oh little girl, that's not how you clean. And I'm upset. I'm so upset. Oh, I forgot to mention one important thing about Ash. She has a pink parakeet named Shrimp, and Shrimp is the only redeeming character in this whole fucking book.
This episode and all future episodes of this show are dedicated to Shrimp.
Dedicated to my pink parakeet boy named Shrimp.
I think we can probably get Shrimp put in this picture permanently. It's just a fixture in the back. I think we should do that.
Okay, I'll get Cedric right on that. I'll call my guy and be like, get to fucking work. But yeah, like I wrote, sees Ash for the first time, wants to fuck, yikes. Because then he's all like, oh little girl, I'm gonna embarrass you. Hop on up my desk and let me see what color your panties are. And I'm like, no.
Because doesn't he basically... Okay, so I read this book like 2 weeks ago, and then Jordan read it yesterday, so his memory is more fresh than mine. But doesn't he give her like an ultimatum? Like, I can fire you, or you can do this.
Yeah, he's like, you either get fired and I fire everybody and I pretty much shut this cleaning business down to the ground, right?
Because of this wrapper on my floor.
Or you do what I say and you get embarrassed because you embarrass me because of this wrapper, right? Like, so because he stepped on a Starburst wrapper, he's like, oh, I want to embarrass you. But that's what he wanted to do, but then he saw how hot she was and he was like, oh, I'm going to embarrass you this way. So hop up on
sexy way.
But then he's like, I'm gonna embarrass you, but also if you hop up on this desk, and let me look at your underwear for 5 minutes, I'll pay you $500.
500 smackaroos.
And she's like, oh, so nobody will get fired. I make $500, and all you want to do is look at my underwear while I record it. And the whole time I'm reading this, I'm just like, and what should I? I wish to perish.
And also, so Ash Elliott, that's the girl's name. She's not just like, okay, like she's very upset by this. She's very angry. The whole book, she harbors a kind of a conflicting feeling of like, you know, extreme anger and like frustration.
I don't
over this guy.
But it's not like the anger and like, oh, I hate you anger. It's, oh, I'm mad because you're bullying me, but I want you to just love me.
You're hurting me.
No, Bugs. Oh, but like, so, sorry, I just have to keep mentally preparing myself for this. So she's like, yeah, no, I hated this too, Jade. I really did, but like, it's so bad. So she does it because she doesn't want a whole people to be fired over her little mistake. So she starts to do it, and then he's like, ooh, ooga booga, wowzer bowsers, booba, wowzer yonks, yikes. And he's like, oh, you're getting wet. And I'm just like,
oh god, the amount of time this book spends on sentences like the scent of her desire, or like the juices and the moistness, it makes me want to throw myself off a cliff.
Yeah, and like constantly the way this dude talks about his dick is the worst thing ever, because it's always just like, my huge cock is pushing against my pants.
Oh, it's bulging in his slacks. 100%.
Like I said, bro, like this guy, the way he talks about his dick, my dick aches to play with her, and I'm just screaming, proverbial, just screaming.
And he also says, so like I said, this guy has big like 80s day trader on coke at work energy. So he'll be like, yeah, and all my little assistants, they're eager to please, and that makes my dick hard as fuck. And he's just got this like monster energy, and I hate it.
God,
I just had to put that in there.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's like, that's because like his thing is that like he keeps saying for her like and throughout the book there's all like obeying, and I said nothing makes you want to die more than somebody telling someone else to obey them. Like I'm just like I'm fucking ragdoll dead because this guy just sucks so
Winston
much.
Is obsessed. Like his kink is shame and like humiliation.
Yeah, he's
like public stuff.
So we learn about what it is because he explains it fully. He likes to break somebody down to put them back together. That's literally his
normal
kink.
Stuff.
Like that's his kink. He's like, I like to destroy somebody into little itty bitty pieces and then fix them. And I'm just like, to do it again. And I'm just like, yo, yowzers, yikes, big oof from me, dog. I think the only reason I want to read the sequel is I just really hope Ash gets a happy ending.
Oh, I doubt it.
Because
this shit turns into an erotic soap opera.
Because my favorite thing is like oh yikes, ouch, oof, oof. I haven't even gotten to the worst part about this book. So she does the thing with the panties, gets the $500. He's obsessed with her. Like clicks with instantly, like, oh, and he's pretty much just like, oh, I'll get your number, we'll do this more, yada yada yada. And she's like, no, flicks him off, gives him the tongue, leaves, right? And he's like, I'm gonna get your number. And I just hate that. I hate that he's literally like, Deborah, get all the information on this girl. And Deborah's like, right away, master. And I'm just like,
yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's seriously going to like, oh, Winston, give me everything on this guy. And he goes down to like the 50 screens in the basement, and just like pulls up every bit of information about this person from like their social to whatever. So this guy's like reach is disgusting.
I wish I could remember where I wish I had put page numbers for it, because my next two notes are, he calls her an unruly thing, fuck rich people, eat the rich, and then the next sentence is perfect white teeth in his stupid hot mouth. Like, these notes look like the fever dream of a madman. Because, so she goes home, and we get introduced to, hands down, the worst thing ever. I mostly want to read the sequel to hope that these three fucking die. Like, I hope they die. Right? Like, I just need to know that she kills these people. So the reason once I put this together, I realized why this is called a Cinderella novel. Because it's about a girl who has a mean stepmom and 3 wicked step siblings. So she has 3 step siblings: Scully, Sparrow, and Scout. Hands down.
These dudes wear Sperry's and like polos, and they smell like Abercrombie.
Yes, and they probably talk like this. Oh.
But they do like Molly on the weekend.
Oh yeah, they're like the worst club frat people ever. Like, they say racist slurs for fun, kind of people,
For sure.
So we learn about these shitty siblings and like their weird obsession with their sister, right? They're pretty much, they have this thing where like, you belong to us, and it's like, what? No.
They like scare her boyfriends away. It's a very possessive and domineering and predatory attitude that they all have. Because there's 3 of them, they can gang up on her.
Yeah, and like, so they cycle through introducing each twin and how like awful they are. So like Scully and Sparrow are like the stupid henchmen triplets. And then Scout is the mastermind. He's a piece of shit. Like, he sucks. I hate this dude so much. So, like, they super give off rapey vibes the whole time. And it's so fucking bad, bro. I hate it.
They are a rapey vibe.
Yeah, they're like literally like I would street execute these 3 instantly if I could. Like, I would just be like, all right, sorry.
You're bite the curb.
You know, right to jail. Right to jail. And, like, so we get introduced to them, and then, like, Winston gets her number and texts her, like, oh, I just realized that this book takes place in, like, a week.
Oh, it's a very short period of time. So quite a lot of stuff happens in just a week. There's a lot happening.
Yeah, so he texts her like, oh, dinner tonight, my house. And she's like, no, creep, lose my number. And she's like, I'll pay you this obscene amount of money. It's like, because he tells her that she should learn better to negotiate because he would have paid $10,000 for the video of her underwear. And she's like, okay, I'm going to become a businesswoman now. Like, this is the vibe I get where she's like, I'm a businesswoman now. And I'm like, no, Ash, please stop. I feel like Michael Jordan, like, get some help. Get help. Please. Get some help. But she's like, $1,000. And he's like, all right, I can do that. It's like $1,000 for like per hour or minute or some fucking bullshit like this. And so she's like, fine, I'll go to dinner with you. Whatever, fuck you. I'll go to your house and do dinner. So she goes to his house to have dinner. And of course, he lives in a penthouse suite that is 30 feet tall. So it's at least 3 stories. It's at least 3 stories tall is his apartment. Because it's 30 feet tall. 10 feet per story. So it's 3 fucking stories tall. So he has 3 floors of this building just to be his apartment. Also, thank you, Elijah. I love you. Mwah. But, like,
yay.
Like, oh my god, sorry. I'm just like, so she gets there for dinner. And he's like, you like my lavish apartment? Oh, it's so expensive, everything. Ooh. And she's just like going over all this. And he's like, oh, I like the way your hair is so messy and how you look so pretty without makeup. You're so naturally beautiful. And I'm just like, I wish to die. I'm just like, that's his face. Elijah's face is the tier 2 emote. It's him going, ooh. But yeah. So Bradley, do you remember the dinner scene?
Okay, I remember a dinner scene, but it is a different dinner scene. I don't remember this dinner scene.
So the first dinner scene, maybe you're getting mixed up, but like, so they have dinner and he's like, he has head chefs, he has wait staff. Francine is the name of the waiter. An old nice lady she's described as. So she brings out some breadsticks, right?
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So I wrote, imagine being the waitstaff for this rich fuck as he grooms this child. Like, God, here's your bread, sir. And Winston's like, oh, baby, pink lips on my cock. Wowzer, booba.
So what he does is, so the chef goes back off to do chef stuff, and they're left alone in this little like small part of the house or whatever the fuck they're at. And he's just like, would you like to make some money? And she's like, God, dude, fuck, what do you fucking want? And he's like, all right, well, I want you to take this breadstick, and I want you to give this breadstick a blowjob. And I want you to do it until the chef comes back, and I want you to I will give you more money if you don't stop while she's here. And I will give you extra money if you moan my name while you're doing it.
Then she's... And then she's all like, I'll gag if you pay me extra. And I'm just like, yeah.
She buys into it. She didn't even ask for that. And she's like, okay, I'm a businesswoman now. Yeah. Make an extra $20 and I'll gag on it.
Yeah, shit. Okay, Brad. Also, I want you to know, after writing that sentence, I said, after writing that last sentence, he does then ask her to suck a breadstick. And I'm like, hate this. So she starts fucking gagging on this breadstick, and Winston's like, rock hard.
Once again, he's bulging against his stupid slacks. Because even in the evening, this man is just wearing slightly less of a suit.
And then I wrote, I said, imagine being the waitstaff like, hello, Mr. Winston, your flamin' run is ready. As he brings it out, Ash is just fucking gagging on a soggy breadstick, moaning Winston. I'm like, I hate this. The chef's like, damn, bitch, you hungry for some other meat? Eyebrow raise. Oh my god! And then I said, also love how he fucking slams the table out of excitement when she's gagging on the bread. Bro, for $1,500, she fucking sucked on this breadstick for $1,500. And I'm all like, God damn, gotta get me a Winston. I gag on breadsticks for free.
I was about to say, dude, I'll go to Olive Garden and I'll do this on unlimited breadsticks for $1,500.
I'll eat the shitty fettuccine Alfredo and gag on a breadstick for $1,500. Oh my god! And I'm just like, oh my god, I wish to die. Oh, and then so like they eat the meal and she's like, wow, filet mignon, oh, so delicious, yummy, yummy. So I don't remember if he asked her to do anything else.
Is this the thigh scene or is that later?
Oh, it is the thigh scene. Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, creep factors. A lot of people. You should go look at the reviews for this book. People love it.
Brad, I need to be right back because I got to use the bathroom. But I want you to talk about the thigh scene because I don't want it.
God damn it! I don't know where my Kindle's like in another part of the house. But okay, that's fine. So
I have to pee. I'll be right back. You could take a second to grab it.
It's okay.
I'll be right back.
So after they have this little awkward dinner, and after the end of every like little transaction, her phone will ding, and he's like already like sent her the money. So right off the bat, this whole rapey relationship is just instantly transactional, and there's this instant gratification of if I do this, I get that little ding on my phone, and I'm like $1,500 richer. So they eat dinner. And he retires to the couch. So they go to the living room, and they're sitting there. And at this point, she's still very reluctant to do anything. I don't want to say sexual because everything they do is sexual. She's not gonna have sex with this guy. She's not. Aw, the subs, thank you. And let's see. I don't remember how much money he offered her. But he basically pays her he like spreads his legs and then she starts grinding on his thigh until she comes. And it's this really awful scene of him just sitting there like he's not like touching her. And she's just sitting there grinding on him. Really uncomfortable. Like she's doing this clearly just for the money, but her brain's also like, you might like this, but this is also awful. Yeah, I know, Jade, it fucking sucks. And so she has this like weird like shame orgasm, and she's like, I gotta fucking go. And then he sends her like God knows how much money, and she fucking leaves. And I think we actually did a tally. We were talking about it earlier today. Just how much money she made over the course of the book, because I meant to keep track of that while it was happening, but I was too engrossed with how insane all of this is. But Jordan did it, and once we're done, we'll
I have the tally.
Stupid.
It's the worst.
Do you remember how much he paid her for the thigh grinding?
It was for 5 minutes.
And he records everything, right? Doesn't he take her phone?
He makes her record it for her to keep. Because he likes the idea that she's going to watch it and, scratch the record to it out of embarrassment because he's so hot, But she gets paid $20,000 for this one.
20,000 fat ones. Right?
Yeah, $20,000, yeah.
So she has, like I told everyone, she has this awkward like shame orgasm, and he probably says some rapey shit, and then she's I gotta go.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, I like this wet spot on my thigh, and I'm just like, no.
Oh God, there's just fucking snail trail on his thigh.
Yeah.
There's a 100% chance he went into the room and sniffed his trousers.
No. So the best thing ever is then he asks, he then pays her $5,000 to keep the underwear. like yeah, just your yeah, yeah, it's the worst. So like he then so then that's where the night ends for this time. So she goes home, she gets driven home, and like the Terror triplets, as they're known, were throwing a party, and they try to get her to go, but she's like, I'm not gonna be around these rapey guys as they drink. This sucks. And so she's like, but I have a work thing, and they're like, oh, it better not be a boyfriend. You're ours. Oh, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh.
You know, like normal step siblings.
Like normal step siblings. So she gets there, and the I want to say it was it was Sparrow who's waiting for her. Like she's trying to push past it, and Sparrow grabs her, and she's like, "Let go of me, fuckbag." He's like, "Oh, I'm trying to save you," and she's like, "What?" And she goes into her room, and Shrimp is missing. And at this point, I'm like, "No, Shrimp dies. I'm gonna fucking scream. I'm gonna scream." Because also, I forgot at this point, she's hired full time to be his personal assistant. Yeah, personal assistant and maid. She's gets paid $1,500 a day.
Like a day?
Yeah, $1,500 a day to stay in his apartment from 9 to 5. So, and then to like
do whatever he wants.
Yeah, whatever he wants. So, after this, she goes home. Sparrow tries to stop her. She runs in the room, find out Shrimp's gone. She finds Scott, who's just laying down with a joint in his mouth, petting Shrimp. And this is literally, I wish this wasn't the only bad scene like this. Because then pretty much what happens is that Scott's all like, we found out you know, it's like, why would you dress like that for not your boyfriend, da 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 da. And then she's like, you're a dirty whore, you gotta go wash yourself. So he like forces her into the shower and like gets her to start like cleaning herself, and then like he bites her. Yep. Like straight up fucking vampiric, just bites her shoulder as he's like trying to grind on her. And I'm just
like marks her. I mean, like, you know, she's probably just before breaking skin, you know, so it sucked.
I feel like we're missing some stuff in between this, but I legitimately don't care.
I don't care either because there's so much more to talk about.
Because I haven't even touched. Oh, you know what I just realized? You know what I just realized?
What?
You know what actually happened before this scene?
God damn it! What?
The club scene was before this.
Yes,
I forgot.
Right.
The club scene's actually important to talk about because it's like actually like has huge story implications to it.
Remember, folks, we're reading this for the plot.
Oh.
So we can't leave you all out of the loop. So after dinner and the awkward grinding,
he goes to work the next day, and then his brother Perry's there. Remember his shitty younger brother who just wants money.
Yep, the whole family is he's like the black sheep. He's the sweet young.
He was the accident baby,
the mama's boy. Yeah, but he's really irresponsible.
Yeah. So like. So what ended up happening, instead of them like giving him, he was gonna give him the money because the brother threatens to go to the Italian mobster opposite family of the Constants, the good guys who control all of New York, the Mortinellis, the bad guys, the Italian mob that runs the Underdark of his, like they're polar opposites, you know. So he threatens to go to them. He's like, no, I'll give you a job, you know, I'll teach you how to be me, kind of thing. And Perry's like, Pog, I get to be my shitty brother, I guess. So then they end up like, he ends up putting him under his right-hand man who's named Nate, and then Nate comes at Perry like, hey, let's go out to the club, and Winston's all like, oh boy, I'll take my new plaything out to the club and put her in heels, and I know she'll trip all the time. It'll be so fucking funny, and I'll pay her money.
Every time, so he puts her in these like stripper heels, and she's like, I'm gonna fall everywhere, and so they negotiate that every time she trips, she gets money.
$500
for every stumble. And you know, didn't he put her in some like stupid dress, or was that later?
He puts her in like a cocktail kind of dress, just something nice, I guess.
Whatever nice is to him. And they go out to this club, and they get ushered into this booth, and they're all sitting there. And this is the first time Ash has been around any of like Winston's family or friends, and it's weird because everyone is like, so who's the kid? And
No, they're Nate and Perry are like, wowzer, wowzer, bazoonga, wowzy, wowzy, his fucking glasses like sucking in and out, like, oh my god, your new plaything is so hot, so young, so hot, so young, so hot. They keep like, they keep just repeating like, plaything, plaything, hot, 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 young, 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 and I'm just like, oh, there goes my soul, bye, 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 soul, goodbye.
This scene sucks, dude. Every scene that it's okay. So they have some boring conversation, and I don't remember how they have like the conversation at the table. I think maybe Winston texts her or something, but he commands her to like take off her underwear while they're sitting at the table. And right? Isn't that what happens?
Yeah, that's what happens. But real fast, I forgot I had a couple notes for stuff beforehand. Can I read them real fast?
Please.
I forgot when she's gonna grind on his leg, he says, what if I ask nicely, does that earn me a hand on your tit? And I don't know why. That I'm the nice guy, couldn't I touch the titty? And then he said, this man just said he's gonna come in her so much it will drip for days. First off, what is this, a hentai pro tag? Also, my soul has left my body. There it goes. Bye-bye. And then, because remember, she says she's going to take an Uber home, but he says no, because I'm like, damn, what a gentleman, not letting her ride an Uber because it's so unsafe. But not 5 minutes ago, he was talking about lubing up his hand and wearing her like a puppet. God, I got to use my notes to keep us on track on fucking, like...
You really do. We can't miss this stuff, because, like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go get my Kindle. Hold on.
Also, while you're gone, I wrote another note because she has a boyfriend named Tate. Yeah, that's the best thing ever. That's me censoring it. He says a lot of worse shit. It's awful. It's oh my god, it's so bad. And so she has a boyfriend named Tate that her terrible triplets bullied him into breaking up with her. But she thought they broke up because they were going to different colleges. No, Tate got threatened to be murdered by the terrible triplets because the Ash belongs to them, which is awful. And I remember writing, because every time somebody mentions like, oh, your pussy little boyfriend probably didn't give you a good dicking like I will. Like, she's told this by her stepbrothers and Winston like multiple times. And I wrote, damn, I feel like Tate is only here to be the butt of jokes and like, wow, what a baby, not a real life like this rich pervert or my rapey stepbrothers. Like, I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, he literally only exists to be like a callback to being like, loser probably has a small weenie, hee hee, and I'm like, I wish to die. Well, I'm soulless at this point because my soul left my body.
I have to like find sections of this stuff to read to you guys because it is seriously too bad to not get the actual words.
Yeah, because so now we're back. Now we'll skip forward. We're just so disjointed. That's just, when you come to Gentleman Review, it's just two guys sweating and just ranting about just garbage.
They're just trying to remember. This is like hearing the news secondhand. Like, you're just trying, we're just trying our best to relay what we think
I guess like Iran did something, I don't know. In a
book that we slammed the night before.
There's a desert, I guess.
Something about spice, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but he pays her, he leans over her and whispers, like, I'll pay you 15 grand if you take off your panties right now. And I'm just like, I wish to die. So she's like, 15 grand, pa, I'm gonna do this. And fucking, she's trying to do this. And Nate and Perry are trying to have a normal conversation, but they're also just like infatuated because she's just like wiggling. She's like, gotta get these off. Wee, wah, wah. And I'm just like, ah. And then Nate leans over and it's like, let me help you with this. And then they go into describing of him like taking off her underwear. And I'm just like,
this poor fucking girl. This poor
No, fuck Ash. Like, because she's like, this is lit. I love this. But also,
No,
fuck
I'm
this
not
guy.
saying she's a good character, but like, God
She's
damn it.
18. They're stupid. They're getting paid obscene amount of money. Like,
Oh, by
fuck.
the way, so there's a lot of like scenes where we get like text messages back from Winston and Ash, and Winston will say things like, "What has you in such a giving mood? Was it the mind-altering orgasm I helped you obtain?"
Oh yeah, because she'll send him pictures and say like, freebie, hee hee.
Because he'll pay her like $200 for a selfie, not for like her body, but literally just like smile at the camera and I'll send you money.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm almost there.
There's the Starburst. There's the Starburst scene. I think we skipped over. We pays her like $1,000 for her to rub Starburst on her nipples or something. If I remember correctly.
He then like uses that as like a kink. It's awful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. I'm like fucking speeding through.
Oh my god, Brad, I just put something together.
What? God damn it.
No, we'll talk about it later because this is involving the end scene.
Oh no, the plot.
Oh no, the plot. Oh. Ugh.
I think I'm almost there. I'm sorry. I'm like holding up the entire show because I really
No. Keep going. I'll keep talking about it. So then after the panty scene, Perry's like, "Oh, you want to dance? Cherry. They're only cherry flavored Starburst.
Yeah.
Just cherry. She buys specifically a bulk pack of cherry Starburst she keeps in a huge jar. So like, Perry's like, yeah, no, the worst one. Not even pink. What a bitch. Fucking so Perry's like, I'm gonna take you on no, Jade, you're wrong, and I'm sorry.
Oh wait, okay, here it is. I'm currently caught up. All right, I'm gonna read you guys this section. So this is where they're sitting in the booth, and he says to her, "Take them off now. Be
Now!
Don't let them see what you're doing, or they'll only want you more. Those fuckers already think that they have a chance with you, but you're mine, little girl. I want your panties off and in my pocket in 5 minutes."
Sorry, I'm dying. Throwing up. I hate it here.
Let's see. Okay, so it happens. Everyone is able to see it. Like, she eventually gives up on trying to be subtle about it, and it's just like, you know what? Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna make my money. And so she just takes off her underwear, puts it in his pocket, and everyone else at the table is just like, right. Okay. Do you want to go dance? So they take her out to the dance floor. And she's over here like freaking out because she's gonna be tripping in these shoes. She's not wearing underwear anymore, and she doesn't know any of these assholes, and she's in some weird fucking club.
I'm gonna open up one of my Digimon cards because I'm sad. I'm gonna open up the promo pack because I'm sad.
We stopped by a game store today so we could pick up some of the new Digimon cards.
I got Agumon and Greymon. I feel the world is right again.
Okay.
Pog.
All right. So this section is from Winston's point of view. So he's just kind of watching his brother or his friend, I don't remember which one it is, dancing with Ash out on the floor. And then, all right, let me just... Okay. I narrow my eyes, annoyed at the fact that Perry, his brother, is dancing with two girls who aren't Ash. She's smiling and not falling on her ass, so I guess I'll leave it be for the time being. And they go back to like having just like they're just talking about work, and like Winston gets them like talking about boring shit, so they'll just like start blabbering on, and he can pay attention to other things like the panties in his pocket. So, all right, so you guys, we told you about the Morelli family. This is the generic Italian underworld.
Hey, it's me, Papa the Pizza. Hey.
So, as his brother has let Ash go, and Ash, he notices, is now currently surrounded by a whole gang of Morellis on the dance floor. This rival family clan gang has now surrounded his disgusting little pet thing. And I hell to the motherfucking no. I fly out of the booth, unable to control the rage blazing through me like an inferno. Nate calls after me, but I'm a man on a mission. I shove between two of Morelli's guys, stalking right up to Ash. Time to go, Miss Elliot, I bark out. Now. Her smile falls and her eyes grow wide. She must sense the tension rolling between Leo and me because she starts to pull away. His fingers bite into her waist as he challenges me with a dark glare. So they have this like back and forth, and he's like, "You need to let go of my assistant. We gotta fucking go." And he's like, "Oh, is that what you're calling your new girlfriend?" And I don't remember.
He says your new pet, doesn't he?
He said, "Is that what you're calling your new girlfriend?" He shakes his head, nuzzling her hair with his nose. So they're like getting all up in her neck and stuff. And he's like, "I'm not an idiot, Constantine. I've watched you with her all night. She's important to you, which means she's important to the Morellis." Bah, bah, bah.
Because supposedly the Morellis also got their father killed in a car accident. Like fucking...
So
like Queen Diana shit, I mean, Princess Diana shit, you know?
So there's some inter-family feud. There's some family feud.
Well, it's because they're the underground mafia and they've earned their money legitly. So...
All right, so it says, grabbing Ash's hand, I drag her from his grip and into my arms. The move sends her stumbling. I don't take satisfaction in her embarrassment. I'm more worried about her life at this point. We've royally fucked up. This was a mistake. So they, like, get the fuck out.
Because now he tells Leo Morelli that he'll strike up a deal with him and pay him a huge amount of money to never think about Ash ever again, right?
Yep. So they set up this business meeting. They show up at
Oh my god, I put something else together that we will talk about later.
Dude, you're over here making you're putting things together, and I'm over here. I just read a dumb book about dumb angry things.
I'm telling you, I got weirdly invested in this book, and I hate myself for it.
Oh, by the way, okay, so her name is Ash Elliott, and he
Cinderelliot!
likes to call her Cinderelliot. So that's that. So that's good.
I think it's because he knows she has the stepmother and the 3 stepbrothers.
Yeah, fucking gag me with a spoon.
Oh yeah, I wish to die.
All right, so
Gentleman Review is slowly ruining me.
Yeah, this podcast is gonna end my life. So they have they set up this meeting at, I don't remember what they call the building that the Constantines work in. It's something insane. It's
Halicon. No, it's Halicon.
Oh, Halcyon.
Halcyon, that's what it was, Halcyon.
Which is made me think of Outer Worlds, because...
Is Halcyon in Outer Worlds? Is that what it's from?
There's a thing. I don't remember much of the plot right now, but yeah, there's a organization or planet or colony called Halcyon, I think. But anyways, so they have this meeting, and they're... Winston's just like, "I'll give you this, oogles and boogles of dollars to never ever talk to her again." And Morelli's just his name's Leo, of course, and he's just like, "I don't want your fucking money, but you know what I do want?"
Oh, you're skipping.
Building.
You're skipping ahead. Okay.
God damn it, am I?
Yeah, because we didn't finish about the terrible shower scene.
Oh,
because
fuck.
I'm like. Wait, I said, I'm like, "Hey, what the fuck? What is happening with the stepbrother, the showering stuff?" After the club, hate this, bro. No, this is bad. Cause he bites her, marks her, and then he's like, "You can't work for that, you can't work for him anymore because we own you, da 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 da." So she goes to Winston crying, saying "I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. I quit." And he's like, "No, bitch, you ain't quitting over text. I'm sending a car. I'm picking you up tomorrow." No answer. No is not an answer. So she's like, "Okay." So then she goes to Winston and explains the stuff with his stepbrother. And he's like, whoa. You're my plaything. I'm going to fucking destroy them. So he then lets her... She then is allowed to keep Shrimp at the apartment. And she's like... Winston's pretty much putting her under protection. Winston then goes to the mom... calls the mom's office, and the mom's freaking out because the Constant is calling him, and he explains the whole situation about the personal assistant, what her son did, and she's like, oh my god, I'll get my sons to apologize. So they do, and then Ash gets a text, and they're like, "Ooh woo, we're sorry, we'll never do that again." And I'm like, okay, no, they're totally gonna do something again.
Okay, because listen to this is the part of the conversation that one of the triplets had with Ash when she got home from the club that night. So he like steps out of the shadows and he's just like, "You never dressed up like this for Tate," and Tate being, I think, one of her former.
Oh, I think that's what made me write the like. Damn, I feel like Tate is only here to be the butt of the joke.
It is, yeah. Okay, so he says, and I'm supposed to believe the guy who dropped you off in a fucking Lamborghini is tapping this, and he squeezes her ass. So he's instantly already just straight up sexually assaulting his stepsister. So I try and push him away, but he's taller and stronger, easily pinning my front to the door. So she's pinned against the front door of her house. He goes, my heart races inside my chest, and I worry what he'll do, but then he unlocks the door. Slipping out of his hold, I rush toward the stairs. These stupid shoes slow me down. I make it up 3 steps before he's on me. When I open my mouth to scream, he covers it with one hand and wraps an arm around me to pick me up. My shoes fall off as I kick out, not making purchase with anything as he easily carries me up the stairs. So she's over here like, stay away from me. I'm going to fucking call for dad. And he's like, he can't fucking hear you. It's just me and you, sis. So now, bathroom, and he says, take your dress off. And she says, no. He reaches into his pocket, withdrawing a pocket knife.
I forgot he pulled out a knife. No, I forgot.
Flipping it open, he tests the blade on his own thumb, drawing blood. All I want for you is to wash his scent off, Ash. Don't make this harder than it has to be. He's not my boyfriend, I swear. Take your fucking dress off or I'll cut it the fuck off. I inch back, trembling. Okay, I'm doing it. He reaches inside the shower.
I don't like the inflections you're putting out. I know
No, they have to experience this in the same way that we did.
Do they though?
Yes, they do. They listen to this podcast for a reason. Because they're just as awful as we are.
No, that's not true. I love all of you for sitting here listening to our garbage.
Okay, so I'm going to skip a little ahead, but, so what is it? Okay, all it takes is a gesture with his knife to have me dropping to the floor. His jaw clenches when he finds me without panties.
I forgot about that. That's what sets him off. Also, I love how I'm over here paraphrasing to save you guys, and Brad's like, no, they need to sit through this. They need to eat. They need to smoke this whole pack of cigarettes that we bought them.
That's such a good way to put it. But anyway, I'll spare you guys the rest. We'll read more sections later. But he, like, makes her strip and wash, and he's like, get in and wash that whore makeup off your face. So this girl is just traumatized. And then he bites her. So
then he bites her because he gets in the shower.
He said rar.
Nuzzle nuzzle XD. X-ray noses pounce you. Ooh, you're so warm.
No. Okay. Shade.
Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, the whole thing with Winston happens. He's like, I'm gonna fucking destroy them. I'm in agony too. When I read this, I'm sparing you. You're getting the cliff notes of me. Brad's like, smoke. I bought you Newports without filters. Smoke them raw. But yeah, so like that happens, and then the meeting with Leo happens, and oh my god. Okay, so before the meeting with Mio happens, this weird thing happens because Ash is staying at the apartment, right?
Right. She gets basically put into like protection, like you said. So she gives her fucking bird shrimp, and she basically like partially moves in with Winston for a while.
But like, so when she's there, Nate shows up, and Nate has a key to the apartment, and he just kind of like vibes and like gets himself a drink, right? And he's just like, haha, I'm waiting for Winston. And she's like, and she's just like, okay, that's weird, but whatever. And she's just vibing. They're making small talk. But then the mom calls, because this is after the call with Winston. She's like, oh my god, you're dating a constant? That's crazy. Oh my god, I hear wedding bells already. And she's like, I'm not trying to marry him. Like, I'm not trying to do this. And the whole point of this conversation is Nate overhears this and says like, oh, so you're just a gold digger. And then leaves. Like, so he just shows up drinks some alcohol, hears that she's a gold digger, and leaves. But in my brain, I think he's collecting information. I think Nate works for the Mortinellis. I'm just
we suspect he's a double agent.
I'm expecting he's a double agent.
Confirmed in this book.
This
is just the theory crafting and world building.
World of this beautiful book. K. Webster, you criminal. You fucking go to jail with your 20 fucking books you've written already.
Oh, God. It's great.
So then we get to the part with the meeting with Lena Mortinelli, and like he doesn't want money. He wants Winston to specifically sell him a building that's in the middle of the Mortinelli territory that they own because they want to own the whole block. So like they have this back and forth, like rich white people talking about, you know, this building's only going to cost you $36.5 million, and I'm just all like, money! I hate rich people. Eat them all. So then they agree after like some jabbing about, oh, you're gonna have to ask your brother about this. Haha, your dad's dead. Like it's just like this. All of this shit's happened. So they make a deal that they're gonna buy the building, and Leo's like, all right, cool, and he signs the contract, right? Which is going to be very important that I want to talk about later, Brad, because it's very interesting. Because then also Winston's like, what a fucking idiot. I'm just going to get that building back. I know how to do deals, whatever, blah, 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 right? Remember that? No?
Oh, no, I remember. No, he basically sells him this building with the intent of it's all a cunning ruse, right? So he's going to, like, do some rich white person magic and get the building back. With him being none the wiser. So he sold the dude a lemon.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, so
I know I'm scrolling ahead.
Oh, okay. So two things happen that there's something that happens before he goes to the meeting that I forgot that's really important. Because I remember writing about this. Because Ash is now, I wrote this in the way I said the wishlet from the chapter where Ash goes back to the apartment and tells Winston all about what her brothers did. And it's like the whiplash I just got from her almost being raped by the stepbrother to now being like, ooh, woo, with Winston in my neck. I'm in pain, right?
Yeah.
Because then he's like, bro, he's just talking about raw dogging her and putting a baby in her. Like, she still has a fresh fucking bite marks in her shoulder. I'm like, huh? What? I'm like, no normal human being would almost be assaulted and being like, ooh, woo, Daddy Winston put a baby in me. And I'm just like, what? Like, I don't understand how people don't, like, get this, like, disconnect, you know?
I don't understand either.
I'm like, fuck, this sucks. And then, oh my God, because then, I'm so sorry. Because then,
there it is. I've got it.
Because then there's a line that says, bow on your knees and kiss the crown. And he's talking about her kissing his dick. Because they go into, like, the weird, embarrassing thing where he's like, I want to watch you. Oh, what does she do? Do you remember what she was doing? Because he takes his dick out at one point. And he's like, I'm gonna buzz. Oh, Lord, I'm gonna buzz.
What?
What?
Video. I must have skipped it because I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. And I wrote, my slick warmth. Like, how can they keep coming up with the worst ways to say things? Like, it's just so bad. Yeah, no, don't worry. We are reading a book next week. We're reading another Redwall book for Palate Cleanser. My friend Jacob's going to be on. That's going to be a much safer, just good episode other than this fucking filth. Because, like, I also remember, I hate these triplets so much. I hate these triplets so much. Just so much. Also, their names are Scout, Sparrow, and Scully. Hate that. Hate them.
It's the richest names I've ever.
Because I remember when she's talking to the mom about, like, the wedding bells, she wants to go to dinner with her now. Because She's excited. The stepmother went from fuck this bitch, I'm gonna bleed your dry. Oh, because we forgot to mention her name is Manda the Man-Eater. We forgot because she's been divorced like 4 times.
Oh, yeah, her stepmom sucks. She's a dumb plastic
She's a clout chaser.
Climber.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's just whatever. And the dad's trying to play catch up because he's just a simple rich man.
He's a simple economic analysis analyzer.
Oh, yeah, he's a I forget.
He's a simple fish boy from Fish Country. I am just simple fish boy from Fish Country.
And now he has to kill God at the end of the RPG.
He's gonna level up by spending his daughter's money. But yeah, so he then goes. So after all, like the weird foreplay they do, kiss the crown, whatever. Fuck. What happens? Oh, he's like, oh, you have to leave to go have dinner with your stepmom. I'll pay you this much money if you go without your underwear on, and every time you flash somebody, I'll pay you $1,000. And she's like, oh my god, Winston, you're so fucking quirky. And at this point, I fucking despise Ash. She has no redeeming qualities to her. She is truly an 18-year-old just fucking making dumb decisions constantly, being fucking stupid left and right. It's like they're bred to. It's like in Nozaki Onna, the thing we read last week, where just they're so stupid. They're children and they're dumb. They don't think about repercussions or what's going to happen to them. But the best thing also is this is in a book, so there is no repercussions. Those don't fucking exist. Because why punish people or give people the reality of what truly would happen because they wouldn't read this book? You know? So we have to have the disconnect from reality to make this girl just seem like this like lovable 18-year-old who fell in love with this douchebag, you know? And I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. It's so garbage. So
I found the section.
What, with the panties?
Okay. So if I pinned you down on the bed, ripped your wet panties off, and shoved my dick inside of you, I might fuck a baby into you? And he asks this as a question because she says that she's off the pill. And
because Tate's not there anymore.
It's
oh, sweet boy God. Tate, you're the only you and Shrimp, the only redeeming characters.
I might fuck a baby into you, dude. I know it's fucking insane.
Oh my god! I hate the world we live in.
Okay, so they're gonna go to dinner, and he hires like a tailor to like come over and like take her measurements.
No, okay, wait. We forgot to talk about the best part about that because Deborah hires a tailor and hires a person named Carly. So this dumb idiot assumes Carly is a woman, but turns out to be a man. And Winston almost fucking kills this man because he sees him with Ash and he's like, oh, man, with my plaything? So almost chokeslam this guy, kills him, but then like of course he just pays him $10,000 and Carly's okay with it. Carly's like, oh, $10,000 to get choked? Pog. Oh my god.
This man can just pay for anything.
We're reaching the point where I have drank a little bit of the alcohol and I have to take a lie down because the point is hitting where I'm just like, this sucks. This sucks so much. I hate this fucking book.
Okay. So basically, she's preparing to go to dinner with this guy, you know, so she's getting all fucking like
No, not dinner with the guy, dinner with the stepmom.
Damn it, dude, I can't remember any of this book.
Yeah, she's going to dinner with her stepmom. Winston texts her, be like, go without your panties, leave the panties on the bed. She's like, haha, Winston, you're so quirky. I'll pay you $1,000 every time you accidentally flash somebody. He like accidentally flashes your driver, and he has to text her everything she does, right? And he'll like pay her a obscene amount of money if he can control the night as he describes the whole night to her, right?
That's right. So she's basically like live texting everything.
Yeah, she's live tweeting, you know?
He's gonna tell her what to order, too.
Yeah, because they get to the restaurant, Manda's just like, blah, 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 blah. Constance, blah, 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 being the worst fucking one of the worst characters. You know, she gave birth to the terror triplets, so already just the scum of the earth, you know? It's like Gaia giving birth to the Titans. Like, you're die, you dumb bitch. How dare you? So she drops her like napkin and goes to reach it up, and the waiter goes to pick it up, and the fucking waiter stares down her skirt for like a solid minute, just drinking in her puss, and I'm just like and she texts Winston this, and a new waiter comes over. Winston, and she's like, oh my god, Winston, I can't believe you got him fired. And he's like, nobody looks at my girl like that. And I'm just like I wish to die.
Man has so much pull. Like, he just can get random waiters
No.
fired.
We'll explain. There's a reason why he gets this guy fired instantly. Because, so, Amanda be like, yep. Oh, I invited your 3 terrible stepbrothers to make up for what happened to her. And she's just like, I have to bail. Because Winston also told her if she goes to the bathroom and takes a picture of her nether region for her, he'll pay her like extra money, right? Brad's like, I love how every time Brad's the best co-host, because like he's read this book, but like everything's new to him too.
I was about to say, like, I genuinely like feel like I forgot.
Brad's the type of person who every time he sees a Croaks freestyle machine, he's like, buttons, Coca-Cola with raspberry? Ooh, wowzers.
You're not wrong.
It's fresh on my mind because I read it yesterday and I finished at 11 p.m.
Again,
Oh my god.
Like,
so she rushes to the bathroom because she's like, shitty stepbrothers. Goes to the bathroom, takes the puss picture, sends it to him. He's like, wowzers. Ooh, wow, la la. And I'm just like, and she's washing her hands. And what fucking happens? What do you think happens? The 3 stepbrothers follow her into the women's bathroom, and they're like, oh, you tattled on us. You got your boyfriend Winston. Don't you understand? You belong to us. Ooga booga. Ooh, we cavemen. You are meat. Ooga booga. And then fucking Winston comes through the doors and be all like, Ash, there's an emergency. You must come with me. And she's like, oh my god, my knight in shining armor came to save me. Ooh, ooh. And I'm like, if I got hit by a bus in my own room right now, I wouldn't be angry. I'd be like, good, perish me. So,
I'm just waiting until they get back to the house.
Wait, what happens at the house?
There's so many things to read after this, so don't worry. I'm going to be reading a lot of this section to everybody.
Okay, so, like, are you talking about the car scene or when they get back to the house?
Both.
Okay, because, like, oh, is this the part with the box? Is this the part with the box, the gift?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yes, you could definitely have this, because I don't want it. I don't want it, Brad. I definitely don't want it. So... They get into the car. She sits in the back seat, of course. You know, she has to sit in the back seat. You know.
Naturally.
So, like, of course. I think I have a note on this one. Let me open my note. Yeah, because then she's not wearing underwear, so he's all like, "Play with yourself. I'll pay you money." And then, let me see. What did I read? The scent of her arousal fills my car and makes me salivate for a taste. And I'm like, monka ass, what? I'm like, no thank you, sir, I do not want this. So like he takes her foot and starts pressing it against his bulbous cock, and he's like, masturbate for me, feel my huge cock with your feet. And he's like, oh man, I can't believe I'm getting so hard from her little feet. And I'm like, I hate this. I'm having a bad time. Mom, come pick me up. I hate it.
He says, feel how hard our games make me. I grip her foot and rub it over my cock that's hard and straining against my slacks. You do this, Ash. You make a billionaire like myself horny for a fucking foot.
Ew, little foot.
Little foot? Isn't that a... Never mind. Anyway.
Tree stars, bitch. God, I wish I was Spike right now. A catatonic fucking stegosaurus that can't speak. That's the life.
Okay, so let me see. I'm trying to find. So they're sitting in traffic. I'm trying to find the best parts. Let me see. Okay.
Wait, real fast, Jade. I told Brad about the desire to one day wake up as the lizard on the rock, sunbathing and slowly forgetting all memories as you lick your eyeball and become lizard. And he laughed the hardest I've ever heard anyone laugh.
Because it's just the most Jordan shit I've ever heard.
It's like, God, I just want to be a lizard on a rock sunbathing, bro.
Okay, so, okay, he reminds her that he's paying her to do all this stuff. And she says, you always make this stuff 10 times more awkward by reminding me of that. Stop stalling.
Yeah, that's the awkward thing.
Right? Stop stalling, I murmur, running my fingers higher up her thigh toward her pussy. Touch yourself before I do it for you.
Doesn't he fucking just straight up just open palm slap her? Her puss.
Okay, dude. All right, this is insane. Okay, she trembles at my words, deliberately stalling. I smack her cunt hard enough to make her cry out. Her leg jerks up, but I pin it back down so her foot stays pressed against my dick. You fucker! You can't hit that! Oh, God, that just kills me, dude.
Nothing gets a girl more fucking ready than you just fucking E-Honda-ing her pussy, just...
This is the fucking... God, why can't I? They're like the Donkey Kong, like, GameCube bongo controllers.
Donkey Konga. Donkey Konga. I played a lot of Donkey Konga in my room alone. Because I had no friends, Brad.
Oh, that's awful. Okay, this happens again. Okay, so he basically says, all right, does this feel good? Blah, blah, blah. He's, like, groping her in the side, in the passenger seat.
Touch thighs, like, touch thighs, touch thighs.
So he goes, like any, are you wet? Yes. Slide your finger in and let me see. So she does it. She goes, her breath hitches as she pushes into herself. She squirms as she fucks her finger and then pulls it out. I grip her wrist, pulling her hand closer. Leaning in, I wrap my lips around her finger, tasting her. I praise. Taste like the healthy, depraved girl I knew you were. That's and then he bites her finger and like.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And then it says, then I smack her needy pussy again. So that's all I can stomach to read from this scene. But they drive home and he makes her like stay like with her skirt or dress pulled all the way up so he can just stare at her body like on the way home. And he's like, I'm not ready to fuck you yet, Cinderella. I want to play with my toy more. And yeah, so it's good.
Because then, let me pull my microphone closer to me because I'm laying very far down.
I have no idea who's into just getting their genitalia just, well, straight up slapped around.
Yeah, like, you know, as a man, I could tell what a woman likes, you know? It's my job to tell. It's my job to tell what women like.
Here on Gentleman Review.
Here on Gentleman Review, we respect women because we tell them to obey us.
Jesus Christ.
That is a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke. Women are queens. But if she breathes, she a thought. You know what I mean? So I'm losing my mind.
They get home, and then there's a nice little.
Can we talk about this real fast? I'm getting up for this because this is the worst. Because then he demands that she showers to get the filth of her stepbrothers off, and I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, this is like the same like through line of what her stepbrothers did to her, but because it's Winston, it's okay. Like, I don't like the way this girl thinks is just so broken. I hate it.
Yeah.
because then he's all like, "Get ready, I've got gifts for you."
All right, let me see.
Let me.
Okay. No, actually, by this point, this is on page 222. Ash has been paid almost $38,000 because she says it. And so he goes, do exactly as I say, and I'll send you 40 grand when I tuck you in for bed later. So he makes her like he does with everything. Film it. Let me find out. Oh God. So he like makes her like take his dick out, and then like he brings out this box. Where is it? Okay. She stands, frowning at me. I wrap the material of her panties around my cock and stroke it a couple of times. Ash walks over to the bed and climbs on, sitting on her haunches, like words you use to describe people, facing me, so dutiful and eager. Open the box, I instruct, and tell me what you find. She purses her lips and lifts the lid. Her hazel eyes widen as she picks up a small silver butt plug with a bright blue stone on the end that sparkles in the overhead light. And she's like, I can't fucking use this. And they go back and forth on for a while. She pulls out some tassels and clamps. She goes, are these for my nipples? Pointing to the clamps. And he says, and for your clit. And my brain broke.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, these are like real things that people like and buy, and what they are, they're like the teeth clamps. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, yeah. It's
yeah, it's bad.
Okay, so let's see. He pulls out like a literally a pump for like a nipple suction pump. And so he makes her put on all the clamps. And so she does, and she's like, this is gonna hurt, and I hate it. Oh, you're hurting me. I have to keep bringing that up. So let me see. So she puts the clamps on. It hurts. She doesn't like it. No. And he's like, you'll get used to it. Carry on.
But then he calls her over because he wants to put the clit one on.
Oh, that's right. He does it.
No, she puts the nipple ones on, but he puts the clit one on.
Yeah. That's right. So, oh God. Yeah, he does. And she like cries out in pain. So he then she puts the butt plug in. So she's all tasseled, clamped, and plugged. And they're about to have some fun, I guess, because they're not going to have sex. He already specifically told her they're not having sex. And he's just like, you're just going to have to trust me. Let me see. Oh, God. He calls her an asset.
Yeah.
At what point? Do you remember that?
Yep. Nope, I remember. It's the worst thing ever. He literally says,
on your knees, asset.
And she literally goes like, asset? And he's like, yeah, that's what you are.
He says, the help, toy, plaything, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. Do it. So it's just like, this is like way past safe word shit. And so she like gives him the finger, and they just do this like humiliating little thing. And he's like, I want you to beg for it. And she's like, no. He's like, well, I'm paying you for it. So do it. So your pussy is slick. Your ass is filled. The last thing you're feeling is hate. You wish I don't even want to read that sentence on this. I'm not going to read that sentence on this fucking podcast.
Oh, wow.
So, it's just awful. So, geez. Oh, that's right. Because he's like halfway punishing her for ever potentially thinking about getting a wedding. Because he says, you want that, baby, because then you can start planning the wedding. Am I right?
Oh, because Nate...
You think if I fuck you, I'll put a ring on it?
Yeah, that's because Nate tells her about the gold thingy thing at the club or whatever.
And he's like, I don't believe him, but I still have to, like, punish her for this. So... I
almost drank that whole bottle of wine, by the way.
I know. So there's a whole lot of, like, good girl-ing, and he's just, like, saying
Bad little girl,
But I will read this and then we'll like move on. So he says, "My cum shoots out hot and
Okay,
violent."
wait, you just like I literally jolted because I want to explain something. They
Oh god.
spell, why do they spell cum, C-U-M? They spell it like C-O-M-E. And I don't understand why. Because they always referred to it as C-O-M-E. I'm like, that's not how you spell cum. Like, and it, like, it's, I don't understand it. Like, I don't know why. Like, this book, like, is so depraved. Like, why is this where you draw the line where you can't, like, wait, that happens sometimes in lit? What does that mean?
I wonder if the editor was just like, "Now, you have to spell C-O-M-E." Just how it be. So, my cum shoots out, hot and violent, hitting her eyebrow and then her cheek. With each spurt, I coat her pretty face in my seed.
Oh.
As soon as what's up?
No, keep going.
Okay. As soon as I'm drained and my dick just drips, I use my cock to smear the cum in, reveling in her shocked gasp. I smack her mouth with my dick before pulling back.
No, I also took the, hey, I'm going to bully her about her dad not loving her, and I won't be the daddy that loves her. Just her, just a toy to me. Oh, she's crying now. Pog. She's so pretty when she cries from my emotional abuse. Pog.
100 bits for coming.
Oh my god.
Let's get bits in the chat for coming.
Cuming.
I'm cuming. Alright, so the chapter ends with him just being like, "Clean up your face. Let's hope you clean up better than you clean my office. You're a fucking mess."
Because because this is funny, because I remember writing because now it switches to Ash going to clean herself up, right? Like,
yep.
The way the writer writes this is kind of wild because it switches between Winston and Ash's perspective. When it's Win, he's a big alpha man ready to destroy this girl and everything in his path. When it's Ash, she writes Win like a loving boyfriend, kind of as a loving boyfriend as this guy could be, right? And then I guess something happened. I said, "Never mind, he sucks. Never mind, he sucks." It's fucking wild, man. And I don't remember what that like explicitly happens, but because like she's like crying in the bathroom with like the cum all over her face, and he like comes in, goes like, "Ooh woo, let me help you with that. I'm so sorry, Ash. Oh, let me help you." And she like,
"You're so brave."
Yeah,
and he says that to her, and beautiful.
Because this is where we learn the part, because he like gets in the shower with her and like helps her clean up, and she's like fucking crying, and he's like, this is like where it's like, I'll never love you, Ash. I'm a villain. Like, you can't love me, and I can't love you. And we learn that like it's because he had a girl hurt his feelings, so he has an ice cold heart now. And this is at the point where he explains to her, where, "Ash, you're so strong because all the other women I've tried to do this leave." And I'm like, smart people,
right?
Because he explains, and this is where he explains to you, it's like, I love breaking people and rebuilding them. This is at the part where like he explains this to her, and she's like, and she's just like, okay, this is where I feel like I need a fucking neck brace sometimes when reading this book, because she's like, "Oh my god, I'm strong." Like, I'm like, that's what you're gonna take away from this, Ash. That's what you're gonna take away. Not anything else he fucking said. Like, you're like, "Oh, because I'm fucked up like him, we're perfect together." And I'm like, no.
Yep.
No. Do not take that from this. Be smart. She doesn't. So like,
and he like coaches her through this fucked up thing. She's like, "Tomorrow I'm leaving and this has to end." He's like, "No, I wanted you because you're tough. You're better than that. You're tough." And she's like, "I'm not as tough as I look." And he's like,
Winston, you're hurting me.
You're hurting me. Kind words, those won't come for free. It's another piece of this game we can negotiate through. And she's like, "I fucking pay you to be nice to me?" He goes, "There's my fiery girl. Come to work with me tomorrow as my personal assistant. Be prepared to do actual business. Promise me this, and I'll give you what you want." And this is also one of the worst things in the book.
Because the thing is, after this, she's still fucking crying. She's still so sad. And she asks, "Hey, can I sleep in your bed?" And he's like, "No." And so she like goes to bed fucking crying. And he then like, oh, that's when that happens, when she explains how tough he is, because he comes to bed and like coddles her and makes her feel better. And that's when this conversation happens where it's like, "Oh, you're so strong. You can take my abuse. Come be my personal assistant." And then she stops crying. He leaves and she's like, "Oh, I can sleep now because I'm not sad anymore, I guess."
Yeah, she says his stupid praise that I basically had to pay for washes over me like a cleansing rain. And she seriously is just like, "Okay, I'm fine now. It's all better." And like he kisses her like gently and sweetly, and then like she basically stops crying, and he says some crazy things like, "I'm gonna keep you forever." And then
And
she instantly just rationalizes everything that just happened to her, and she goes to sleep.
my favorite thing is I feel like at this point he said multiple times like, "This girl's gonna fucking ruin me."
Oh yeah, in his chapters, like he's from his perspective, he's like aware that like that this is like gonna end badly.
Yeah, it's really bad. So, sorry, I'm pouring myself some tangerine sake now because life is rough.
Oh yeah, let me know how that is. I'm curious.
It smells really good. It straight up just smells like a tangerine, which is like poggers. But
Isn't this like the office scene? Isn't this it? It is, isn't it?
it is, Brad, and I don't want to play anymore, Brad.
Nope. Okay, I've got this. Don't worry, Jordan. You're strong.
I'm gonna go pee again.
You can do this, Jordan.
I'm
gonna take care of you.
Talk about how much big of a bitch Deborah is again, and I'll be right back.
I don't fucking remember what Deborah does, but she goes to work with him, and they're like, let me see. Oh God, that's gross. He's like petting her at work and shit, but like they go back to his office, and she's supposed to be still wearing her butt plug. So she's supposed to be wearing this thing like all day. Presumably, like she slept with it last night. She never took it off after last night. So she's just wearing it for like 24 hours or whatever. And I don't understand the logistics of that, but whatever. So Constantine instructs like Deborah that, Elliot can basically come and go as she pleases. She can go anywhere she wants. Oh God. Fucking damn it. Basically tells him she can come and go as she pleases. And then he humiliates Deborah for trying to like restrict Ash's movement throughout the building because she didn't know who she was, and so he just makes her feel stupid. And then they go back and he like shuts the office door, and he just like flops his wallet onto the table, and he's like, "Bend over my desk, lift your skirt, and spread your leg." And he's like, "What the fuck, dude? I'm not gonna do that. You're like, your door's open, like it's the middle of the day." And he's like, "I don't care. I'm paying for this." Yeah, I wish Deborah would kill him with a stapler. I wish anyone at any point in this book would murder this man. I don't understand. So he steps closer until his front is pressed against mine. Gently, he strokes his fingers through my smooth, flat-ironed hair with one hand and gently cups my jaw with the other. I meet his intense stare. "You're so hot today. It takes incredible control not to fuck you," he growls. "I want to do it with the door open so everyone knows you're my fucking girl." And my heart does a flop. "Keep going." "Spoiled," he gripes, though his eyes twinkle with amusement. "You make me weak, beautiful. So fucking weak." And so they like start making out, and he's like, "Ooh, if you keep acting this way, I'll take you somewhere nice for lunch. And keep doing as I say, and I'll buy you whatever you want."
Did we get to the worst part of this yet, Brad, or are we still there? We're still
not yet.
Okay.
Nope. All right. No, we're here. I really needed you to be here for it. I was kind of stalling because I needed you to go through this too. So he makes her spread out like on his desk, like face down, and then like spread her ass and show him the butt plug.
I forgot about this.
Yeah.
No.
So she says, Ash, I cringe at having to expose myself so crudely, but something inside me craves his approval. Are you going to fuck me? He laughs,
No.
always so eager, but no.
Why did you sound like a fucking JRPG villain there for a second? Always so eager.
This has to be somewhat enjoyable for me to read, or I'm gonna cry.
I need to have a good time.
So,
Looking like a double wide surprise.
it stinks. He smacks my butt cheek hard, making my ass clench and sending strange sensations shooting through me. So he's sitting there. He goes, "Beg me to put my fingers inside of you," and he's just like commanding her and shit. And blah blah blah. They're going through. He calls her old boyfriend a pencil dick.
Yeah, once again, just making fun of the fucking. It's like the joke. It's like that. Okay, here's a really old call. This is like when Justin Bieber broke up with Selena Gomez, and Selena Gomez was like, somebody asked her, it's like, haha, are you still a virgin? And she's like, yeah, the first 2 inches. And I'm just like, wow, holy shit.
All right. So I gasp as he slowly fucks me with one finger, with the butt plug inside me, and intensifies the feeling. I bet that pencil dick boyfriend you had didn't even properly break you in, he rumbles.
She's not a horse, dude.
My dick is gonna split you wide open, baby.
Oh my god, and I forgot the reason why this happens to her, because she's like, haha, you have an average dick.
Yeah, so she tells me as an average dick, and he's like, it's gonna hurt. You'll cry because you're just a little girl who wants a big man's dick, but she's too small to take it.
Like I straight up, literally, audibly gagged multiple times. Like the thing that I hate about this book is like it was so easy to read and just like everything flowed so nicely. But like every time I read these books, Brad, I just think about Cat and just how much like I just miss reading that, like, because that was like,
when can we go back to Cheryl
next
Brooks?
year, baby.
Okay, so no, I know that this episode's probably gonna run a little long, but like it's really important.
Oh, we're getting close to the end. Don't worry.
We are. This is 76% weight. So, all right. He pulls his finger out, and then I hear the zipper on his pants go down. I tremble as I anticipate him sliding it inside me. When I feel the soft skin of his dick rub against my pussy, I whine, wiggling my butt at him. Does this feel small to you? He murmurs, sliding it over my clit. It feels average. He hums in disapproval, teasing his tip over my slick entrance. I want him to push inside me. Instead, he rubs against me, never entering. Maybe I should put it in here. His words are cold as he tugs at the jewel of my butt plug. On reflex, I clench. Ah, relax, little one. You wanted to talk a tough game, and now it's time to be tough. All right, here we go, baby. A whine escapes me when he begins pulling on the plug. It burns as he gently tugs it from my ass. He tosses it onto the desk with a loud clank. This is the same man who had a hissy fit and was prepared to bring down an entire company over a rapper, and he just threw a 24-hour-old butt plug onto his desk. Okay, he says, tell me this feels average, he growls, pressing the tip against my aching asshole. Tell me. It's big. I said, tell me it's average. Winston, I breathed. It's too big to go there. No, Ash, it's average. You said so yourself. Beg me to put my average dick in your ass. It'll hurt. Fuck yes, it'll hurt, which is why I'm not gonna fuck you with it. His words are confusing. That's in the book, and I love that she said that. I don't know what you want, I whimper. I want you to beg for me to fill you with my average dick. So they go back and forth with this, and he's like, look, I've got work to do, so can we just get over with this? And she finally says, put your average dick inside of me, you piece of shit. Which is just fucking poetry to me. Okay.
I like
Here
being
we
part
go.
of the audience right now.
Here we go. Fire burns through me as he roughly pushes his not so average dick past the sore ring of my asshole. I scream, uncaring that Deborah can hear, and I grip the desk as he painfully drives into me. It's a slow push that hurts like a motherfucker. Tears leak from my eyes, messing up my makeup. His dick is too big. I sob, overcome with pain and embarrassment. Why do I ask for this? Why do I allow it? He doesn't move. He doesn't fuck me. He doesn't pull out. No, the awful bastard strokes my hair like I'm a kitten. If I were to fuck you with no lube, I would tear your pretty ass up and make you bleed. You have no fucking idea what sort of restraint it takes not to do exactly that. I'm there, inside of you, owning you. And yeah, I don't really want to read any more of this. So there's just this scene. He just puts his dick in her butt.
Where's her? Like, just like literally like over, like she just pretty much just like, he doesn't move. He just puts it in there and just leaves it. And I'm like,
I forgot. Okay. Last couple parts. Okay. He pinches and tugs and rubs at my clit until I lose all sense of reality. I come while crying, my ass clenching painfully around his too big dick. As I'm shuddering, he roughly pulls out, making me scream. Get on your knees, he growls. You've made a mess of your face. It's only right that I do too. And then, yeah, he just like shoots rope all over her face.
And then you know what Winston does? He turns into the kind, lovable teddy bear he is and like, don't worry, little girl, I'll help you. And then she goes and washes her face off. And then everything feels after this feels like a blur because
it does.
Because I remember what happens next is that it goes to Ash's perspective again after Winston does something. I don't really care, but like
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Ash is like, her new plan is like, I'm gonna convince him to fuck me by paying him this time. And like my favorite thing is like I remember writing, because then she's like ready to text Winston about fucking him, and then like the dad texts him. Her dad texts her that the dress she ordered for Winston's birthday is here. And she's like, oh no, I fucked up. Because, we forgot to talk about how Winston fucking ate her out in the dress parlor.
Oh, gross. Yeah.
Yeah, Winston pretty much takes her to go buy a dress for the birthday party and like tells her like, and then eats her out and then like pays the people a bunch of money so they don't talk about it, whatever. But like she accidentally sends the dress to her parents' house and her dad texts her and she's like, fuck, I fucked up. And she's like, her dad's like, I miss you, can't wait to see you. And she's like, I love you, daddy. And then she texts fucking Winston like, fuck me. Then they go through this like deal where she's like, I'll pay you $50,000 if you have sex with me. And he's like, wow. And then they like go through all like this hubbubaloo of like what he wants to do and like the price negotiations. So she ends up paying him $15,000 for him to fuck him, right?
Yep.
And I remember writing because I forgot I wrote this during the dress wearing scene. He like takes off the dress and he said her breasts looking like two tasty temptations wrapped in sheer lace. And it reminded and I literally after that wrote a double wide surprise is what followed that sentence. Oh, okay, Brad, real fast. Jen wants us to review David's wife wants us to review something called
Crystal Jar. I've already pulled it up. I'm like looking at it right now.
Okay. Yeah, just like fucking. I remember reading that, and my first instinct was like, looking like a double wide surprise.
Okay, so I'm just unrelated. I'm on the Goodreads page for this book that was recommended, and one of the top reviews is just a picture of two turtles having sex.
We have to read it.
Yeah,
turtle sex pog.
So,
but
whatever this is, I'm here for it.
I wrote, nothing says I want to fuck a man after your dad says, I miss you, daughter. Oh, I miss you too. Hey, Win, come in this raw pussy, yeet.
This book fucking sucks. And me and Jordan, we talked for a while today while we were like running errands, like just how sad we were that we liked this book.
Like not because like just because of like how easy like we're turning.
Yeah, we're not like, man, what an exhilarating plot.
Like
what
we're becoming subhuman at this point.
Yeah, these books are eating away at our humanity.
Yeah, it's great.
We will become hollow.
But so he agrees, and he rushes home because he's ready to go to Pound Town, and then they have sex. It's all about because I remember he pays her because he wants to wrap her ass with the belt as hard as he can. So he like rushes home. She gets on her knees, and he starts fucking beating her with the belt. Like just
don't worry, I will be reading some of this to everyone.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Oh, go for it. Because, like, yeah, pretty much just, like, she's, like, trying to grab the sheets, and he's just, like, fucking, like, welting her with this fucking belt. And I'm like, oh, my God.
So, I guess he got her a new butt plug. And
he got her a bigger one.
Yeah, okay. So he says, is your butt plug still in? That's his voice. It is me, Winston.
My favorite thing is, like, in my head, that's not at all what he sounds like.
God, no, of course it's not.
He sounds like smooth velvet.
Oh, yeah, this man is silk. So, is your butt plug still in? Yeah. His lips curl into an evil smirk.
Yeah, ooh.
Is working for you. Once it's in, I barely notice it. Yeah, you wish it were my dick instead. Don't flatter yourself. That hurt. Definitely not looking forward to that ever again. He barks out a laugh. Well, too damn bad. I'm fucking that ass.
Oh, because we forgot to mention, when Brad was reading this book, he sent me a line from this book that was during when she's like texting Winston about like having sex. She remembers oh God, I wish I could find this line again. I wish I had written it down. Let me see if I can fast. Keep going. I'm gonna find this.
This was the first line that Jordan ever heard from the book, and that was what I told him. I was like, this is what we're reading. Okay, so I scoot down toward the end of the bed, hanging my legs off, and then twist until I'm on my stomach. His palm runs down my back, and then he squeezes my butt cheek. And then he playfully tugs at the butt plug. I groan at the sensation. It's too big to just pop out. This size takes work to get out. Hold on to the cupboard.
I just imagine somebody pulling out a cork out of a wine bottle. just gotta jiggle it side to side.
Hold on to the covers, Ash. Scream all you want. No one can save you from villain. I squirm, a nervous thrill trembling through me. Maybe I don't want to be saved. You're a pathetic damsel in distress, he bites out, needy and desperate for an old man's attention. His mean words make my pussy throb. I can't begin to understand why my body responds to this like it does.
Sorry, I just literally almost threw up.
Dude.
I forgot about that.
I'm going to stripe your white ass, he rumbles. If you want to quit, you tell me I quit so I can stare at what a fucking disappointment you are.
Okay, I found the line. He's only entered me one time in his office. It was a brutal invasion of my ass that left me sore for days. This too feels like a rejection.
Dear diary, this too feels like a rejection.
This too feels like a rejection.
Okay, so they're going back and forth, and you read this to me after he texted it to you. That's awesome.
Probably, yeah, because it was like I was just so. I said brutal invasion sounds like rape. What the fuck? And he's like, don't worry, this nearly has 5 stars rated book. Has several instances of attempted rape by this girl's 3 stepbrothers. I'm like, what?
Okay, so let me see. Fire tears across my butt cheeks, making me clench painfully around the plug in my ass. Instant tears burn down my eyes. I'm barely able to clutch onto the covers before he slams the leather back down over my sore ass. I scream, the tears freely leaking now. He hits me again, this time striking the backs of my thighs. I sob uncontrollably, my mind muddied by the pain. Jordan, are you over here sending me memes?
Yes.
Anyway, um, so she is completely like just in pain and like crying. And he's like, "Say the words, little girl. Tell me to quit." I shake my head, defying him, and they go like this for a while, and it's like pages of this, and he's just beating her with a belt. And let me see, let me see, let me see. So he finally stops, and he's like, "Does it hurt?" And she's like, I squeeze my eyes shut, sending tears leaking out as I croak out, "Yes." "Good." He smacks my cheek. "Look at me."
Look at me.
I'm blinking in shock that he smacked me. Not hard, just enough to get my attention. Lately, I've been reading up on erotic humiliation. Turns out,
I
we're
forgot
not
about
that weird. Apparently, getting whipped is a turn on for a lot of people, including me.
I think
I
there's
like how she just included that little aside.
I think there's a difference between what your relationship is and getting whipped in bed. Because I'm pretty sure the people who have that relationship are nice to each other most of the time. I think they're like actually normal people, and then in bed they're different, but they don't like I don't think the significant other goes to his wife and just like, or the husband, and goes like, "Yeah, you dirty little cum boy, you're making me some eggs."
Let me see. Oh, I mean,
Wait,
like, he
Brad,
starts telling her to see a shrink. Like, it's awful.
can we talk about something that we forgot to mention?
What?
That during the negotiations, she has to write Winston's dirty whore on her chest in Sharpie. This is a surprise tool we'll use for later.
Ooh, this is gonna come back later. So yeah, during this scene, he has her write out on her stomach in Sharpie, "Winston's little whore." So she's like got Sharpie all over her. She's been crying. She's been beaten, and he goes, "Lie back. I can read your dirty mind. You want me to smack your pussy?" And she just sits there, and then she just nods, and she's over here like just he says, "You've unleashed a monster, you dumb girl." He's so fucking mean. So that's an entire chapter, and then the next chapter is them actually. That's oh god, that's like the worst sentence I've ever read. Okay, she groans but yanks her hand away. So fucking hot. Her pussy is open and exposed, glistening with need, red and ripe for tasting.
I legitimately almost threw up right now. I literally was quiet because I was literally trying not to vomit.
So, let me see. So they just have this dumb, like, he's just slapping her around, and eventually, like, they have sex. It's the sex is not special. It's just sex. And then that's it.
Wait, no, Brad. There's two things that I wrote down that were worst thing ever. Her pussy milks my cock as she climaxes hard. And I'm like, I hate this so much. But then the worst thing possible happens. He then flips her over, takes the cum dripping out of her, lubes up her dick, and then fucks her in the ass.
He uses his cum as lube.
Which, hey, you can't do that. No. That's literally impossible. That would literally be the worst thing ever. Cum is not lube. Cum is not lube.
This makes, like, to read it out loud, like, to people is just, like, awful.
My favorite thing, Brad, is that I remember telling you this, and you're like, I don't remember this.
I'm a goldfish. I just forget everything. Every day, Jordan, is a new day for me.
like I said, every time you see a Coke's freestyle machine, you're like, ooh.
It's the first time I've seen one. So, anyway, that's it. That's basically that's their weird sex scene. They finally do it, and let's see. So let's kind of cut to the ending here, Jordan.
No, wait. Can I read the awful sentence real fast?
Please, I don't want to do it
I
more.
smear my cum leaking from her all over my dick, and then I remove my fingers from her hole to replace it with the tip of my dick.
Fucking gross. I hate this fucking book. I'm gonna give her money when she writes the second one.
We've given her money twice now. Everything bad happens to the gentleman reviewers.
Can you get us back on track here, buddy? Because
right.
My brain is fucked.
So here we go. Remember how she sent her dress to her house instead of Winston's apartment? After this, so she has the Sharpie on her stomach still. And Winston's like, go clean that up. And she goes to take a shower. And in my head, I'm like, she removed the Sharpie. Don't worry. We'll come back to this. So she goes to her house, and like her stepmother's being a huge fucking bitch, like goddamn usual. But like the stylist doesn't show up, and she's like, haha, I'll get dressed. I'll do my makeup and hair better than a stylist can do. So she's just like faffing about. She has to leave at like 5 o'clock because that's when the limo's coming. But she's like, I'm just gonna relax, eat some cherry Starburst, da 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 da. And then she goes to put on her dress. And her stepmother sees the Sharpie because she didn't wash it away. So the stepmother sees Winston's dirty whore on Sharpie on her chest. And she's like disgusted. So she leaves. She leaves. And what does the stepmother do? Tell her 3 shitty sons. And what do her 3 shitty sons do? Assault her. And they start like cutting the dress, telling her that she's a whore. And they steal her fucking money. Because they're like, how much were you paid for, you dirty little whore? And they steal all her money and split it between the 3 of them. And then they like force her in the shower to clean herself. And I'm like, oh god, this sucks. And this is towards the end of the book. And I'm like, please don't end the book. Please don't end the book with this. Please don't end the book with it. And then the wildest shit happens. So she's crying in the shower. And the 3 stepbrothers leave. And she's crying in the shower. And a person walks in, and she's like, please, no, don't let this be Scout. Please don't.
Jordan? Tell him who it is.
And then the person who walks in is Leo. What is their last name?
Morelli.
Leo Morelli walks in and looks at her and just goes like, so, you're Winston's little plaything. And I'm just like, I'm like losing my mind at this point because like this is a twist I didn't see coming. And he's like, oh, so he's going to sell that shitty little building for you. So what I've put together now, Brad, is that the meeting was just to test Winston on how much he wanted her, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, he doesn't have to buy the building per the contract, right? It's just a contract saying he can buy the building, right?
I don't remember those.
Yeah, so he was literally just making this building to wrap himself around this and figure out how much Ash means to her. Because now Leo is, as Ash is just fucking crying naked, it's like, you're gonna work for me now. You're gonna spy on Winston for me. You're gonna collect the information for me. And like, this is the craziest part of the book because there's no like, this is like the soap opera part where she's just like, yeah, you're gonna work for me. Like he's like, and she's like, are you gonna do anything? She's like, no, I don't want you. I want you to fucking destroy Winston for me. And then she's like, I want a phone call. I'll do it for a phone call. And then she calls Winston's brother Perry, being like, I need help. I had a dress incident. Can you bring me a new dress? And then Leo grabs some Starburst, and just the book ends with him going like, I look forward to doing business with you. And like my mind is like, I need to know what happens. I like need to know where this goes. Like I need to know, like I hope everybody dies. Like I hope there's a huge like West Side Story like shootout and everybody's dead except for Shrimp and my boy Tate.
Hey, Shrimp is a good. I want Shrimp and Tate to fly off into the sunset.
Like, fuck yeah. But like I was like so enamored. I'm like, I need to. And what I put together is like, I bet you $5 Leo's gonna have a conversation with Winston at one point about like information that that Ash gave him, and he's gonna eat a cherry starburst. And Winston, I'm calling the fucking shot right now that there's gonna be
I
a
think
scene.
you're right.
There's gonna be a scene in Prince Charming, which is the next book, where Leo eats a cherry starburst in front of Winston, and it's either gonna be like that bitch is betraying me, or like, oh, she's being manipulated, something like that.
100%.
Calling it right now. If it doesn't happen, I'll gift everybody 5 subs.
Yeah. It's gonna happen, folks.
So yeah, that's how this awful book ends, leaving you at a cliffhanger. And I'm like, God damn, I want the sequel to know what happens, because I'm a broken shell of a human being, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, I'm like I said in kind of conclusion here. This book, I read this book in 2 days, and it was very easy. And I hate how much I enjoyed reading. I can't stand it, but I had fun reading it. It's a piece.
I just liked how easy it was to read. Like, I just enjoyed, like, yes, something easy to read.
Yeah, if you can talk about brutal anal invasions, easy to read.
But yeah, that was A Stroke of Midnight, a Cinderella novella by Kay Webster. Please don't read this. We read this for you, and we gave you. We poorly summed up what this book was about. But yeah, that's all you need. You don't need the full details. You don't need to know every excruciating text message chain they had. We did it for you, so you don't have to. We took this deep dive in erotica for you. But you know what? We get a treat next week, Brad. Because we're reading another Redwall book called Lord Brocktree, which technically in the chronological order is the first book of the series, technically. And my friend Jacob is going to be joining us as a guest, as Redwall is one of his favorite books, and Lord Brocktree is his favorite book, which I'm excited because anything with Badgers and Redwall, I'm just like, pog, 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 pog. I love the Badgers. Badgers and Redwall, best boys. And then we actually decided on what the next book after Lord Brocktree is. We're going to be diving deep back into the erotica, and we're going to be reading a light novel called J.K. Harrow is a Sex Worker in Another World, which is about a girl and her friend who get isekai to another world where her best friend gets the luck power and becomes a hero, and the poor other girl has to become a sex worker to make money. So yeah, look forward to that. We stream this every Saturday at 8 p.m. We go live and we talk about this garbage. I do other things other than this. I stream D&D on Sundays, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I play video games. Next week, me and Brad are going to be trying to play some Cuphead together to enjoy some rubber hose nonsense. And yeah, maybe stop by and please watch something that isn't me describing somebody getting brutally fucked. Yeah, don't worry. I've never read a book and openly gagged other than this book.
I know.
'Cause
I'm sorry that I had to read this to everyone.
Yeah, but this is fun. I have a good time, but yeah, I don't nobody. This should happen to nobody. Don't let this happen to anybody. Fuck. This is. I hate that. I know for a fact this is based in reality, and that's the thing I hate the most. You know.
I know.
This
somewhere in the world, this relationship exists,
and it making me sad.
There's a Leo Morelli out there somewhere.
No, Leo Morelli, he's fine. I low key, I kind of like Leo Morelli because he's he hasn't done anything wrong, and he's gonna fuck over Winston. So I'm like, yeah, I like that. I enjoy that. He could have been worse in that scene. He could have been cupping her titty the whole time, being like, "You're gonna work for me," but he stayed as distant, kind of just fucking wringed his hands and be like, "Yeah, you're gonna be my little spy and fuck over these people,
candy.
And I'm gonna steal your candy. Bye." And I'm just like, fuck, I hate this. But yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate. I really
we love you all. You're all
for
very
my
nice.
friends for listening to this, and I appreciate this, and just like my normal viewers listening to this, I appreciate you guys so much for just enjoying this show and watching us just divulge into just crazy people just screaming at each other about
as we poorly remember how a book happened.
Yeah, which I think is the best way to remember these books. Poorly.
Oh God. But anyway, I love you all. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have a good night.
I feel the same way. Get cozy. Wrap yourself in a blanket. Don't think about this ever again. And remember, I love you and appreciate you. Thank you, Stephanie. Bye.
Bye.